Welcome to Up Next here at the Basketball Movement. I'm your host, Anthony Chavies. I'm so blessed to be here with founder, CEO, the man, Robert Yanders. He's taking some time out to answer some questions for us. So, Rob, let me start with this. This facility is incredible. Let's start at the beginning. What does Basketball Movement mean to you?
It's a really thanks for having me on the show first and foremost, Ant. But yeah, I think to start off the Basketball Movement, what it means to me is it's about a movement. It's about being a lot of places, doing a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Using basketball as just a vehicle. Basketball is a real vehicle that we use. We have a lot of talent that come in here. A lot of kids that want to get better. A lot of adults that want to get better. A lot of parents that want to get better. So. We take the holistic approach where it's more than just basketball, but basketball is our vehicle, and we're going to use that. We're going to use this game, to assist us.
That's amazing. And one of the things that you talked about there that I think is underrated with your program is you talked about enriching the family as a whole. It's not basketball is your vehicle, but basketball is not your only point of emphasis. You talked about helping the parents get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I know just from being around here a little bit that you are an important part of the athletic relationship between parent and player.
Yeah.
And that's a relationship that we probably don't examine as much as we need to. But talk about how you help parents interact with their student athlete.
I think for me, I think it's first of all for me it's important to communicate with the parent, because first and foremost that parent is trusting us, the Basketball Movement, our team of guys, our coaches, our trainers who does an amazing job.
Yeah.
They're trusting us with their most prized possession, their child.
Absolutely.
And so for us, it's important that our program, our coaches, our leaders, that they do kind of an assessment check.
Yep.
Okay. What is it you want to accomplish for your child? What is it you want to accomplish for their future? What does home look like to them? And how can we complement you using the game of basketball?
Oh, that's amazing.
Right. So we have basketball. We know that. Basketball is easy. I can teach basketball skills and drills all day. But like I said before, the holistic approach is, doing my homework with the parents. What do you want to achieve with your child? Is this their number one? Some kids just want to be part of a sport. Some kids want to take it to the next level or as far as they can. So there's different approaches to that.
Mm-hmm.
For us, if a parent is really serious and their child is serious and they want to, focus on being, first of all, the very best middle school, then high school.
Yeah.
And then if they want to pursue college, then that's a different mindset. That's a different approach. But also that's a different education that we have to give them.
Mm-hmm.
That there's steps to that.
Absolutely.
If you just want to play the game of basketball and be part of a community, part of something special, then we want to give you those intangibles. This is what a team first player looks like. This is what you
Absolutely.
need to help your team be successful and your community be successful. So there's just so many different approaches in doing that. And so, but I think the overall deal in answering your question is we have to do an assessment and do our homework with the parents and asking them what it is they want for their child.
Absolutely. So you can figure out the best way to serve them and make sure that they're getting what they need out of this arrangement with you. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
great.
And like you said, we're in the business of service. For us, we want to serve. And, I'm the owner of the Basketball Movement and lead man, but still I work for families. I work for people. And we want to do our very best in giving them what they come here for.
Yeah, and that's great. And so you talked about your staff, some of the leaders that you bring in. Tell me a little bit about what do you look for when you're bringing somebody in to work with your athletes and your parents?
Well, the first thing that I'm looking at is really, do they have my why? Do we share similar whys?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always got to be about the kid first.
Yep.
For me, it's about the kid, and that means that you as an adult, you have to sacrifice yourself. right? So you have to sacrifice yourself, your pride, your ego. You got to check that at the door. No one is more important than a kid, okay? And sometimes that can be a day-to-day basis based off who that kid is.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, we deal with so many different kids, so many different families. We're dealing with over 200 families in this community. That's 200 different hats we have to wear, 200 different personalities that we have to wear. You know what I mean? So the job is real. So I think for me, I'm looking for a person that wants to put the kid first, and then value serving that kid, being that kid's everything, like I said, but also complimenting what the parent wants for their child. And then, you know, tough love. I think you have to be able to do both. You have to be able to love, but also love tough.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have what I call serious fun. And then I'm looking for staff and people that believe in family. You know, God, family, a community that want to make a community better. I think all that matters. And so I'm looking for everything in a person. I think we get it confused with, well, I played basketball here. I was a good player. That don't make you a good coach. That don't make you a good player. You know, that doesn't make you a good person. That doesn't make you fit to work with these kids. You know, you can be as good as you want to be in basketball, but if you don't have the heart and the desire to help someone and get them better and have the right purpose in doing this job, then you can't do it. So there's a difference between being a great player and being a great trainer and a great coach. And I think, you know, I'm not only chasing people that played the game of basketball and was good. I need a holistic, overall good person that can teach life using basketball as the vehicle.
That's amazing. Wow, that's a powerful answer.
Yeah.
And so you talked about, you mentioned being part of the community. I know that you do a lot of things. A lot of people don't know about all the things that you do in this community, and we'll touch on that here in just a little bit. But your facility is a staple in this community now.
Right.
You've had this facility for how long now?
I've had this facility now in ownership for, what, five years now.
Okay.
5 years.
And so for people familiar with this area, we remember what this facility used to look like, and it looks nothing like that now. It's so amazing. I mean, you've done so many upgrades in here. Is this what you thought this would be? Is this what is the basketball movement and the facility in particular what you expected it to be?
And then some. I mean, it's like it's almost like what I realized is the more you pour into it, the more blessings you get from it. You know, it's like just pouring in it every day, and nothing was done for money. Everything that we done here was done for purpose, to serve someone, and I think that's why we've had our blessings with such a wonderful facility and building. I got to give credit to a lot of people, you know, my wife, my family, my friends, my brother, our staff, the community in itself. And so, you know, I think that it's that and more. And to answer your question, the more we pour in it, the more blessings come our way, and that's got to be an unconditional deal, though.
Yeah. And I know anything that you do or you touch, you like it to be top notch. And for your athletes, I know you're very intentional with your athletes. So part of the vision for your facility was, I'm going to give these athletes that walk through my doors the absolute best of everything. I mean, you have a top-notch floor, you have top-notch equipment, you have NBA basketballs, you have everything in here that a prospective athlete needs to make it to the next level. So my question is, how does a kid come in here and not make it?
Well, I mean, a lot of kids can be disappointed because they can take making it in the wrong way.
Absolutely.
What exactly is make it? A lot of kids come in here and say if they don't have or if they can't do what the other kid's doing, then they're not making it. Well, really, your make it should be, did I get better today? Right? Did I get better today? But also using what we put in here for you, these instruments. So like this to me is without a doubt the best facility in probably the Midwest. Like
No doubt.
really, like no doubt. And what we built here is impressive. If you can't get better in here, honestly, in my humbled opinion, you don't want to get better, because we're going to give you every chance and every opportunity with what God has blessed us to put in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is listen, learn, be a student, want to get better,
Yeah.
have serious fun with it, and get better day by day, and not compare yourself to anyone.
Yeah.
Compare yourself with, did I get better today? Even if it's 1%, did I get better today? And there's no way you can't get better. And it's funny, Ant, you talk about the facility and how we got to this spot. I'm gonna be putting online. I did my own internship.
Oh, really?
So I did my own internship to myself. I remember me and Tim jumping on a plane, going down, visiting NBA facilities. So since I had retired from playing,
Mhm.
I had been away from the game for 5-6 years, I believe.
Yeah.
And Tim and I, we jumped on the plane. Tim is one of my film guys. Does a great job, does Netflix. Just done some stuff with Uninterrupted. Really good guy, does great work.
He's
with
awesome.
drone. Yeah, Tim is great.
Tim is awesome.
So Tim was a one-man wrecking crew. We went out of town and had something set up with the Orlando Magic, and my agent had put me in touch with the Orlando Magic, and asked them if I could come in and see
Yeah.
the facility. And I went inside that facility, man, and started looking around, because I was, I had seen it, I'd been in it, played
Yeah.
in those things, but I wanted to recommit myself with the vision.
Yeah.
Right. So I went through the facility, saw it all, and it's gonna be online here
That's
coming
powerful.
soon. But I went in there and I said, I got an internship myself. I got to see what's going on, what's in here, what the great athletes are doing, and what material they're working with. And that was great for us. That was great for me. And I took that vision and I put it right here at the Basketball Movement. And like I said, bar none, I don't think there's anyone that has more or better equipment or floors than we have here.
Yeah, this is a top-notch facility, and if you walk in here during the NBA offseason, there's a high chance that you may see NBA players working out in here.
And, and that's our next deal. I mean, we already have NBA players that come in here. I don't need to boost or say names, but people know NBA players are here all the time. We are a facility for all. We go from all the way down from elementary school all the way up to the NBA, and we have NBA players in here every year. I've got a whole European club coming over here this year. I'm also doing a European All-Star game this year. We're climbing the charts. We'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
looking forward to a lot of more stuff to be happening here in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. That's what it's going to be.
Okay. And so 2020, of course, has been a very difficult year for everybody. Our condolences and blessings to all who have lost. Fortunately for you, you have been able to operate as usual and even exceed some expectations in 2020. So tell me a little bit about, tell me a couple of things that you've done in 2020 that you're most proud of with the Basketball Movement.
I think, and I understand where you come from. I think I'm gonna say that we've done. We
Absolutely.
I've got a great team. Craig Smith is a great guy. He does a great job.
Shout
for
out
us.
to Craig Mack.
Smith, that's my partner. He's a great guy. Our staff: AJ, Charles, Emmanuel, Sly.
All good guys, really
all
good guys.
Our film crew, everybody. But I like to talk in we as much as possible. 'Cause
Absolutely.
this thing ain't all about me, but it is, but it ain't. but I think for us, man, taking extreme caution in what we're doing, we wanted to make sure that we were a facility that was here for the people. I believe having a facility, sports facility, being able to work out, play the game,
Yeah.
work out, run, whatever, is part of mental health.
It's big time.
I mean, we in the year 2020 with COVID, we've been tasked. A lot of us have been tasked to stay home, stay in the house, and I understand that because it's
Yeah.
dangerous out here. But we're very fortunate to have our own sports facility and have our own clientele base. So we adjusted to the rules of what the government has given us, the laws, We followed them really strict, and we just took caution. So we're able to still stay open and have our deal go, far as player development, far as workouts, far as mental health. We even opened up for our parents, parents that couldn't go to gyms anymore. Hey, we opened up our facility. We were in a position, man, where we could give 2 families at a time, a whole family, a whole gym. So you get an hour with you and just your family in this gym, and then the other family gets an hour in the other gym with just their family, just for working out, shooting shots, and just a family outing.
Moving around, getting out of the house.
Mental health, man. Like I really believe
it's underrated.
It's underrated, mental health. And then, just the other thing is, we were able to also have our basketball movement invitational. We had over 27, 28 Division I high-level Big 12, SEC, ACC players.
You had some guys in here.
Man,
I seen the highlights. I watched a lot of film. You had some guys in here.
We had some dope stuff in here, man. And
you did a dunk contest this year, right?
A dunk contest, 3-point contest, King of the Court. We had all social media outlets here. We had Ball's Life here, the basketball movement. I mean, we had everything here. We got over millions of views from this event, and I thought it was pivotal, really important that we had this event, because videos, playing the game of basketball, a lot of that was taken away with this COVID. But we were able to get kids video, film, send out to coaches, show coaches that these kids are in the gym, or just have something tangible for coaches to watch and see if kids are making progress.
Yeah.
We made highlights for kids. We sent them to kids. We've helped families get scholarships through the invitational and through our social media platforms. And I thought it was important that what was taken away, we were able to add a little bit to that to make up for some of these kids to be able to be seen, to earn a college Division I, Division II, Division III, whatever, just scholarship in general, because a lot of kids are going to miss out.
Yeah. And the basketball movement has done an incredible job with media, and I'm going to ask you a little bit more about that also. But I wanted to ask you, and this is, I'm going to let you get off on this question. This is a good one here. What's the vision for the basketball movement? What can people expect from the basketball movement here going forward?
That's a good question. I think for me, I've always said all of the sport. I want to be every piece of the sport. We want to be able to take kids to new heights. We want to give them a vision of forever. We want to be a place that markets you, that get you better, that brands you, that give you film, that give you photos, things that last forever. We want to give you a forever memory that this place made a change in your life for the better. And I think that's the overall vision. I think the vision is to be something positive and to be a service of people, and whatever that may be, using basketball as a tool. But like I said, all of the sport. We want to be the marketing, the branding, the teachers, the instructors. We want to be all of it, and that's what we want to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, because you talked about the basketball invitational. You had 28 Division I signees there, but every kid there wasn't a Division I player, and that's okay.
It's all right.
But I think the beauty of the basketball movement is it doesn't matter if you're going to be a Division I athlete or your career is going to come to an end after high school. You are going to get so much value from being in here from a standpoint of you're going to learn discipline. You're going to learn how to overcome adversity.
That's right.
You're going to learn how to take constructive criticism without taking it personal.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit, and we touched on this a little bit earlier, but tell me what you're really intentional about when these athletes leave here. What do you want people to say about a basketball movement athlete once they've gone through your program?
Well, for us, it's for us. For us, I believe I want people that when they see athletes that come from here And I'm not taking credit. The basketball movement is not going to take credit for the betterment of kids all the way through and through. But we want to do our part.
Yeah, it's a partnership.
Yeah, it's a partnership. And I think I want, when they go to practice with their coaches, I want the coaches to see the difference that we've made. I want them to see the difference in skill set. I want them to see the difference in mannerism, in their approach to the game. I want to impose my hunger and my desire to be better, no matter what it is. I don't care if you're rich, poor, whatever. I want to impose our desire. Our motto is to be more all the time. Do it again the next day, right? And so I think I want people to know that, or be able to identify that kid works out at the basketball movement. He or she has to.
Yeah.
There's no way, because they're skilled,
Yeah.
they're educated, and they love the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's what I want.
Okay, perfect. And remember, if you get any value from this, if you're enjoying this video, we want you to like it and share it, okay? We want you to share it with all your friends. Let them know what's going on here at the basketball movement. You mentioned that Ball is Life was here for your basketball invitational. I know you've done some work with them, but also Basketball Movement, as just a sports media company, has done very, very well. Part of that has been the hiring of Christopher Jackson.
Yep.
CJ, Big Toe.
Big Toe.
So
That's my man.
tell me.
Shout out to Big Toe.
Shout
That's my
out.
guy. That's my guy.
So tell me a little bit about what was it about Big Toe that made you say, you know what, I love the way this guy gets down. I'm going to invest in him.
Well, it's like Big Toe and CJ, he's always working. That's me.
Yeah.
We're always at work, and we love our work.
That's easily relatable for you.
We love our purpose. It's funny because actually I tried to hire CJ twice, and he turned us down. No, seriously, he turned us down. And I mean, we offered him everything. It was the fact that the deal that really made me respect and want CJ even more is that CJ worked for someone else, and he was very professional. And CJ said, "Hey, I work for someone. I'm going to stick with this. Thank you, and man, keep me in mind."
Yeah.
And it just so happened that that person made a mistake and let CJ go. And I said, "Uh-oh, here comes the basketball movement." And so, I just love the fact that CJ loves what he does. I also love the fact that he loves what we do here. And he's a guy that I believe can put out my vision with basketball. We worked hand in hand every day, every night together, just really coming up with different things. And I feel like he's been a big part of what we've done here in the last month and a half with our media for our community. I mean, all our players, all these players in this community is getting basketball footage. You can't get that right now in this COVID situation.
Yeah.
We're putting kids on our platform. College coaches are calling me all the time. They're asking me about different players. We've got film. We're helping families, grandparents who can't go to games, see their kids on our platform. I think what we're doing is very unique. We're going to continue to do it. And we're blessed and we're happy to do it.
Yeah.
We hope that the community recognizes that the basketball movement is investing in doing our best to let people see their families and their kids play the game that they love.
Absolutely. I've seen several of the area's best players on your media, on your social media. I've seen highlights. Because I haven't been able to get to many of the games this year, but I've been able to check out some of my favorite local players. And it's been nice to see those videos get shared on Facebook. And a lot of times you don't get the credit or the basketball movement doesn't get the credit that they deserve. But I know your heart's in a good place on sharing that. But like you talked about, it's really important that first of all, these kids get the footage, because they can't get the footage. No disrespect to any news media outlet, but I don't see them at these games. I don't see the footage there.
Well, and I'm not knocking no media, not at all. I just think that we understand the game of basketball to its fullest.
Yeah.
When we put highlights out, it's real basketball. When I'm counseling with CJ and I'm saying, CJ, I need this cut to look like this, that to look like that. It's the real deal, because I played the game of basketball on every level. right? I know what ESPN and what basketball need to look like. I played it. I know what it should feel like.
Yep.
I know passion. So I think it's a valuable source that we have in this community with the basketball movement and with our vision and what we're doing. Like you said, people may not want to give credit to the basketball movement or to what we do. Like you said, it's not about that. But please recognize who's working hard for the community and who's working hard for your children. Because it's not an easy task, but we're doing it.
Oh, not at all.
During COVID, and like I said, we wanted to be the ones standing strong, fighting for our community during these times.
Well, not just that. I know part of your vision for doing these videos was during this time, during this COVID time, kids can't get video. But not only that, it's the holidays. And I know that you and CJ both, you worked through Christmas.
Yep.
You worked the day after Christmas. You worked Christmas Eve. You guys are basically always working. As long as there's games,
Yep.
you guys will be working. And that's one thing that I think is underrated that the community has to give you credit for.
Well, if they, not really worried about the credit. We know what we do. We know why
Yeah.
we do it. CJ's just one part of our media. We've got our own film crew. We have a whole nother department in filming. Like I said, we got Tim. Tim shoots our documentaries, our movies.
Tim is incredible.
Yeah, Tim is incredible.
Yeah.
Tim's been with me for how long you been with me now, Tim? 4 or 5 years. Tim has made our brand and everything look good. I think people need to understand we're bigger than just me. We're bigger than just CJ. We're bigger than just Craig Smith. We're bigger than we're all of that. And then we have our own photographers, right? And then we have a backup crew with Matt and Luke that comes out of Tim. And so we're big, man.
I know you got
we're
a
big.
lot
We
of
got a
things
lot
in the
of things
works
work.
that you
Got some
haven't
things
let
coming
out
up.
of the bag
I'm
yet.
excited about some new
But
things
your
coming
sports
up.
media is, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to keep that urban vibe, bring that urban vibe here. We want that LA, that New York look, that Chicago look.
Yeah.
Because that's what's vibing, and I think that's what this community needs, and that's what I want to bring.
Great. He's just started a new business venture that he's excited to tell you about. I think I'm more excited about it though. But I'm gonna ask him some questions and let him break it down. So, A Star Is Born. We talked a little bit about it. I want you to tell the people, just let's get it straight from the source. What is A Star Is Born?
A Star Is Born is really a collab I've done with what I consider one of the best basketball players in the state, in Anton Brookshire.
Oh, he's one of the best guards in the country.
Yeah, no, there's no
I
doubt.
know you've got some bias, but that kid's incredible, man. That kid can play.
Anton's a heck of a player
And a great kid.
and a great kid. 4.0 student. He's going to be going to play for the great Quanzo Martin next year.
No better coach in America.
No. And he plays at Kickapoo High School now for another good coach, and Mitch McHenry.
Yeah, shout out to Mitch.
Yeah, shout out to Mitch. And Anton's been playing for Mitch for 4 years as a freshman, starting varsity, and he's done a great job. So A Star Is Born is not about really you have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Really, A Star Is Born is that you're becoming. And we found it very important that to use someone that spent the time in this gym, that's put in that work that we've watched.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that collab. Now, like you said, I may be a little biased because Anton's my nephew, but I do really feel that he's earned the right for me to do a collaboration with.
Well, one thing, and not to interrupt you, but the thing about Anton is Anton gets a lot, but he hasn't gotten anything that he hasn't earned.
That's right.
He's earned every single thing,
Yeah.
and he's humble,
Yep.
and he's not the kind of kid that talks about how good he is.
No.
But he is the kind of kid that will show up and give you 30 and let his game speak for itself.
Yeah, a quiet 30.
So I've always been a big fan of Anton's, just the way that he goes about his business. But tell me what was unique about Anton that made him right for A Star Is Born for your first collab?
I just think, to start off, I just think the story.
Mm-hmm.
Being a decent player and becoming a better player, a good player to a great player.
Yeah.
And I think just the progress, the process of that, and he was the definition of what I meant by that, a star being born, becoming. Find out what lights you up.
Okay.
Find out what lights your star.
Yeah.
You know, find out what it is that makes you go. Find out what it is that you love about the game and dominate it.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, I just think a star is born is about a person internally, spiritually, being connected with the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you want to be a star and if you want that light to shine, it's about the little things, and you got to work every day, 365 days a year. And I believe Anton Britshire has earned the right because he's done that.
Absolutely.
So if this collab is with him now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're looking to do some more collaborations with some other players around this community and
Okay.
throughout the whole country.
Oh, awesome.
But I think A Star is Born is his. We're going to actually launch that A Star is Born tonight at midnight with the apparel.
Where can
gear.
we find that?
We can find it at astarisborn.store.
astarisborn.store.
Tonight, 12 midnight, we're launching it. You can buy your
And I've
gear
seen
all.
a sneak peek of some of the gear. It is fire.
It's dope, man. It's dope,
It's
man.
fire.
You know, we've put some time in it, and I think it's going to be a good deal. And yeah, A Star is Born. It's dope.
Yeah, that's awesome. So astarisborn.store. It's launching tonight. Is at midnight?
At midnight.
At midnight. Make sure you guys visit. I want you to at least just go see the gear, even if your stimulus check hadn't come in. You can't afford the gear just yet. Go check it out, like it, share it with other people. And like Rob said, we've got more. He's got more collabs on the way. So up next, we've had a great interview here today. Before we get out of here, I want to do a couple things. First, I want to thank the crew. They showed up early. They set up everything hours before we even started filming. So huge shout out to the crew, Tim and CJ Big Toe, everybody that pours into this, making this possible. And, you know, we thank all you guys, the viewers, once again. Like it, share it with everybody that you know. And before we get out of here, Mr. CEO, Mr. Yanders, you got any words for us?
Hey, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. I know 2020 has been tough, but we got to push through. We got to stick together. I want to tell everybody out there I love you. Stay with it. Stay positive. And happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Up next.